I want to make this video because a lot of guys I know are struggling with texting and they're being left unseen. Women are ghosting them and they're not getting any dates through online dating because of that. Now, this video is going to solve that, and I'm going to show you how to text so that you never, ever, ever get ghosted again. So stick to this video, and I'm going to show you exactly how to solve the problem today. There's going to be 5 points that I'm going to go over. And if you stick till the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to solve this problem. So stick till the end because the best tips are going to be at the end of this video. Now, first of all, let me share a quick story about my client, Jake. Like a lot of guys, Jake was struggling with texting. He would be swiping every day on dating apps, sending messages over and over again, only to get ghosted, and he wouldn't end up with any dates at all. And it was very frustrating for him because his profile was okay, like he had pretty good pictures. He was pretty consistent. He was swiping every day. He would get a few matches here and there. But for some reason, there was something in his texting or the way he conveyed himself through text that wasn't really clicking with girls. And that would leave him with no dates every single week. So after a few months of doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results, Jake decided to reach out to me for help. And just after a few weeks of working together, he dramatically increased the number of dates he's been getting. And now he's getting at least 1 date a week consistently, all without changing his profile much. I mean, it was just a few tweaks in his texting. And I'm going to give you some of these tweaks right now. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to fix your texting to never get ghosted again. So let's dive in. Now, step number 1, stop over investing. A lot of guys, they think that texting is about chit-chatting all day and having crazy things to say and being entertaining all the time and being funny and being all of that garbage, like always being like a source of stimuli for the girl and just being an entertainer, kinda. And for them, like, they're only gonna set up a date after maybe 1 week or 2 weeks of texting. So for most guys, they think that texting is a long process and it's a process of just like being funny all the time and entertaining all the time. And they think they have to do all this stuff for the girl to be finally compelled to go on a date with them. But for myself and my successful clients, it's quite the opposite. We're there to just set up dates. We're not there to text all the time. We're not there to be entertainers. We're there to set up dates and be to the point and be direct. So texting has only one purpose. It's just setting dates, nothing else. It's not to be a fucking entertainer. It's not to be some weirdo who's trying to overly sexualize or whatever. It's just to build rapport a little bit and then set up dates as quickly as possible while the iron is hot. We're not texting girls for weeks on end. We're not chit-chatting all day. We're not sending big paragraphs of texts. We're concise, to the point, and we're setting up dates quickly. That's what texting is about. It's about setting up logistics, meeting up in real life. That's it. Now, one of the ways to not get ghosted and to avoid over texting as well is to always try to end the conversation first. Try to be the one ending the conversation first every single time. So if you see that she wants to take a bit more of your time and asking you all these questions, etc., just let her know, like, look, I'm busy, I'll reply tomorrow, whatever. Or, hey, I need to go now, let's talk later. Or, hey, you know what? Let's talk about all of this when we meet in real life, because now I'm a bit busy. So let's set up something next week. So I'm always the one setting a boundary. I'm not going to be the guy who's going to be texting her all day. I'm going to be busy. Let's talk later, or let's actually talk when we meet in real life. And whenever I set up a date with a girl, I don't wait more than 3 days before setting up something. Like maximum after 1 or 2 or 3 days of texting, I will ask her out and set up something. Because you don't want to drag the conversation too much. You just want to build basic rapport, and then if she's interested or if the conversation is going well and she's replying, then just propose to grab a drink in real life. That's it. And always try to end the conversation first and appear busy. Even if you're not busy that much, appear busy. Because, I mean, you should be busy, but if you're not that busy, always appear like you have stuff to do, that you have to go, that, if she wants to take some of your attention, she needs to invest into meeting up in real life with you. Now, another thing is you want to avoid double texting. A lot of guys, they send a message to a girl and maybe the girl doesn't reply for a day or two, and then they double text again, like, hey, did you get my message? Hey, Rachel, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. You don't want to do this. Leave it there. Don't say anything. And then maybe after a week or something, just send a voice message. But, be patient. Wait like a few hours, wait a few days. She'll get back to you. Maybe she's busy, maybe she forgot, whatever. And worst case, you can text her again with a voice message or something funny. But yeah, don't over text, don't double text at all. Because double texting invites double ghosting. I've said this many times. So don't be surprised if you double text that she doesn't want to reply to you anymore, because it shows neediness and it's just not a good practice. Now, another thing I want to give you is voice notes. Voice notes are extremely, extremely powerful when it comes to catching a woman's interest online, especially if you haven't met her at all. Because that's how you can express your tonality, your voice, and some subtle cues that she's going to pick up on. Because text is dry, texting is dry, it's just words. But when you can do a voice note, it's way more intriguing. She can get to sense your personality a lot more, and it's going to be way more powerful. So if you want to send a long message and you don't want to appear too needy because you don't want to send a big paragraph, then instead just send like a 1-minute voice note. That's what I do. So if you sense that what you're going to say is a bit longer, well, if you have the ability to send a voice note, send a voice note instead. Because a voice note is concise, it's just like one little thing, and it's just way more powerful. And it's way more persuasive too. So sometimes if I sense that the girl is a bit hesitant to go on a date with me, like maybe she's a bit shy, or she's like kind of apprehending it, then I'm going to be sending her a voice note like, hey, no worries, it's going to be fun. We're just going to grab a drink, get to know each other, walk around, no pressure. And I'm just going to kind of reassure her over a voice note. And it's going to add a lot more comfort, right? So voice notes, super, super powerful whenever you have the ability to send them. I know on Tinder, you can't send voice notes, unfortunately, but on Bumble, on Hinge, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, you can send voice notes. So leverage that. Definitely, whenever you can, use voice notes. Not all the time, and not in the beginning of the conversation, but kind of in the middle and at the end. And once you get to know the girl a bit more, then send a voice note. Don't start the conversation with a voice note. I don't recommend that. And don't try to call the girl. One thing, I was talking to my client last week on a call, and he told me that he was trying to call the girl and she wasn't answering. Well, don't fucking call the girl. I never call girls at all. I either text or a voice note. Don't fucking call. It looks weird. And it's annoying. I don't like people who fucking call me for no reason, especially girls. So just text or voice note, and that's it. Don't call. I only call girls if we're about to meet and she doesn't find me, or I don't find the place or whatever. Like, that's when I call, when we're about to meet right now, just to find her or find her location if I don't find her. But that's it. Apart from that, voice notes, text, that's enough. Now, the last step is to actually have a texting system. And I can't understate the importance of this, because so many guys, when they text, it's like a guessing game. They don't really know how to move the conversation forward. For each answer, they need to overthink what to say and etc. Whereas myself and my clients, we have a framework. We know that, okay, we're going to open with this. Then after she says that, we know we could say this. And then after she said that thing, we say that thing. And we have like a framework where we know already how the conversation is going to go, because there's only a few ways the conversation is going to go. And it's very predictable actually online. And we even have a clipboard where we have our answers and our questions already clipped, already pre-written, so we don't have to rewrite them again for each conversation. Because in every conversation, there's always a few questions or a few answers that are always going to come out. right? She's always going to ask you what you do. You're always going to ask her what she does. There's always things like that, right? Like basic stuff, basic rapport building stuff. There's always things like that, like there's always basic rapport building questions that you guys are going to say over and over. And instead of having to rewrite them and rethink like, oh, should I say this? Should I say that? Instead, have a texting framework. That way you know exactly what to do. We go very deep in my program. We cover everything from how to set up your profile to how to actually text them, like the whole conversation, to actually how to set up the date after that, how to sexualize over text, how to make her invested over text. Like we cover everything when it comes to online, like from building your online presence, texting, setting up dates, everything. And it's not just online. Obviously, my program tackles way more than that. We cover cold approach, social circle, mindset, everything. And if you're interested in that, by the way, just check the link in the description, book a call with us, check out the training and book a call, and we'll be able to help you with that. But anyways, have a texting system. That way you don't have to guess each time you have a conversation. You just have a system where you can funnel girls through your profile and then effortlessly set up dates every single week without wasting time. And that's what I recommend, especially if you're a busy entrepreneur or professional right now. Then having a texting framework and having a community and actually following a system is going to save you so much time and headaches, and it's going to guarantee that every single week you're moving the needle on the right actions and you're able to get dates and crush this area of your life. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then leave a comment, subscribe, like, and see you very, very soon.